Good morning, everybody. Well, it's 1 o'clock actually. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Marty the JavaScript Party. I'm my buddy Rhett here. Just had like sort of a long video on my 3JS one. I think that project has started to become un like big. It's starting to become a lot to think about. So say hello is what I want to work on today. I think um, so. If I click in here, I have some issues that I've created myself. I have two issues. I'm assuming I have one assigned. Yep, I have one. And so we want Cypress to be TypeScript. I believe it's just pure JavaScript in all my other projects, but I do prefer TypeScript. Um, I haven't always preferred TypeScript, but I do prefer it now. Um, so apparently I need to do that. I need to figure out how to get TypeScript set up for my Cypress. And so I have a Cypress folder, and then I have config. I'm guessing it's probably going to be something in here, but I think I also need to install it with this in here. So, and I remember, let's go to ChatGPT. And I use ChatGPT so heavily. It's just like, I did come to the conclusion today, I don't think Chat English is a very good language for ChatGPT. I think or for large language. So Cypress TypeScript setup for large language things. I believe there are some languages that are um, that like they have like built-in truth and how you know a truth and stuff like that's sort of built into the very syntax and structure of the language. And I think that those sorts of languages would work better with a large language editor because it can't. I don't think it's very difficult for that technology to differentiate between like sarcasm and truth and things that are kind of ideas versus things that are actually have been observed. Things like that are very difficult. Um, all right, so looks like I started this whole conversation about TypeScript. I think. I hope. No. Okay. So it's saying install that, and then it says to go over here, add this, but I don't think I think it left off the part where I needed to install TypeScript. Oh, that's very good. The ecosystem quirk, not Cypress being bad at TypeScript. I don't know why I came up with this weird thing. It's just like, do I need to install TypeScript? Under the hood, why Cypress, it expects TypeScript to be provided by your project. Okay, fine. So when Cypress starts, it sees it. Okay, I need TypeScript from node modules, but it can't find node modules. Okay, so we need to install TypeScript, and I don't know what this dash D is. So we'll do that first. So I'm going to go into my Cypress folder, and I'm going to go to the package.json, and I'm going to type in, oh, I'm going to go over here, cd Cypress. And now I don't know what version of TypeScript I should install. Projects, non-TypeScript or mixed.js, TypeScript 5x. Okay, okay, what version should I install? Okay, so what I'm curious about is for this version of Cypress, what version of TypeScript should I install? So for, and I don't even know how important what I'm doing is, it's hard to, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, if it matters, um, has a little. Um, if it matters, then you end up with the weirdest breakages sometimes. Sometimes it's explicit. It's like, hey, this is broken because we don't support that version of TypeScript or something like that. But then sometimes everything just works all wonky. You just never know from project to project and from system to system what issue, and it does change with time and stuff like that. So, and of TS should I install? Okay, so baseline would be this. TypeScript 5.4 or okay. I guess we want this. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully this doesn't end up being a bad mistake. Um, so basically what I want to see is this version of TypeScript show up down here in my dev dependencies. It usually doesn't take that long. Okay, so TypeScript 5.5. And it is interesting because it didn't put like any of these little asterisks or anything like that. Um, or like a caret or anything like that there. Um, all right, so now we have TypeScript 5.5 installed in this node module. So this Cypress project will use this node modules for its, okay, there. So apparently now I can do npm. I've never done this, ls TypeScript. And there it is, TypeScript 5.5.4. So now it says make sure my Cypress, so I think what I can do now, I don't know this for sure. Okay, so let's go. I don't think we have ensure your TS config. I don't think I have a TS config. I did it in the right place, right? Okay, I don't see a TS config. Okay, so in the project. And oh, one thing I did want to check real quick is see this is our Cypress config. This is our say hello Angular application, and it has its own package as well. I see this one has TypeScript 5.92, and this one has TypeScript 5.5. So yeah, this one's way behind the Angular one, and that happens. And I don't know what's going to happen in my other application, my 3.js application, if Cypress, when I do an upgrade and I upgrade to a version of TypeScript that Cypress doesn't support. I don't know what the problem, what that might cause. It may cause no problems. It could make me have to delete Cypress or whatever, which I wouldn't delete it. I would just create a new Cypress project and open it up and put that stuff in there. But and then just move everything out and delete it. But and that's gonna be a pain in the butt. So, anyways, now we have that. Um, that my Cypress project is Cypress application is in, but I don't have TS fig.json file. That's normal. I feel like, man, I wish it wasn't so darn chatty. What you install Cypress, Cypress Kintrans file supported by quality assumes that a TS config. So we want to create our own TS config file. And would that be okay? So it didn't quite tell me where exactly, precisely where that TS file should TS config should the TS config file be in the same folder as the package. Yes, okay, so that's where we want it, right in here. In here. tsconfig.json. So, now I've never done this before, so just to be clear, I am winging this right now. This is me winging it. Okay. So effing freaking chatty. All right. So this is my TS config. Create a minimal. Put this in. So it said the root of the Cypress project. So I guess that is here. So I guess they did precisely tell me, I just didn't do that. Okay, so now I guess what I need to do is I need to rename this file. So I'm going to save. I don't think anything happens when I save there. And change this to a TS. I swear it cracks me up. I've worked in Node shops where we had Angular applications and all the Node was in JavaScript and all the Angular was uh, in TypeScript, and it was just so funny to have the front end strongly typed and the back end loosely typed. Okay, so it is not happy with. I swear, it just like it just assumed everything worked, and it did not. So OSTS configs. It just goes on, just blathers on. It's just like so in here in my package.json. Include extends. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Okay, so my renamed Cypress config.ts file is showing an error. Oh, parameters. That was the word I was trying to think of before. On is never read. Oh, maybe this is just a warning. All right. All right, so I have this code. I don't think, and see, it overwhelmed me with so much crap, so much information that I don't even know what to do next. But is this an error or I don't know. So my Cypress config, Cypress.config.ts file. Um, So it does have a blue thing in this on this line. Um, the IDE, Visual VSC, this Visual Studio Code is showing red line under the on and config parameters. The parameter didn't put any because you added to doesn't. Okay, so probably for now, maybe I can just say any. Yeah, so it's basically, and it's kind of weird because when you mouse over, it kind of gives you a different. Oh, okay, so it's giving me two things here. Okay. Any. All right, so now those are gone. Okay. Yeah, I don't like any of those. I would just rather put any. Maybe in the future. Okay. Okay. Now I have a Cypress project. I installed TypeScript, and I renamed my Cypress config .ts. I have never started this project. Should I try to start it now? I don't even know if I could before this, if I could have got the, like, this would have been like days and days and days of work. Okay, MPX Cypress open. Nope. And that's probably because I don't have a packaged. Oh, MPX. Is it run? MPX. Oh, Cypress. Okay, actually, I just wanted npm run Cypress open. I feel like there's a 50% chance this is going to work. If it does work, the first thing I want to do is rename. Oh, did it even make? I don't think I even have. Oh, I do have one. So I have, in fact, run this because I actually created a couple of tests for it. Now those tests are a little bit confused. They can't really run. So let's see. Say hello. I think it's CUI. So the first thing I want to do when I get this working is, if it works, is rename those to .ts and see if that works. Now, like a lot of times when you get hired at a job, like these are kind of the very first things you do your very first week. And especially if you're like a junior developer, you don't even remember any of this stuff. There's just so much stuff happening that it's impossible to remember. So far so good. Again, it's good. And this looks good. I don't know if our other one ever finished. No, it's still building. We really can't run this test until this gets done building. I'm having so many problems with my flash drive. For some reason, my flash drive will only let me save to one folder. If I drag into other folders, if I drag files, it'll spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes writing and then say it's done. And then I can eject the USB drive and reopen it again, and it's whatever I just added isn't there. So that's kind of a bummer. I just sort of back up every video to a flash drive just just in case I ever need it in the future. But these first ones always take so long. Okay, so now with the flash drive I have to eject it and then put it back in and then check to see if the files I just put on there are still there. It's a 2 terabyte flash drive that I bought from Walmart for like 80 bucks or 60 bucks or something. It's ended up having issues, which I guess can't be a big surprise. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so the last step is to shut all this stuff down. See if I can just change these to TS. Name TS. And maybe just add a little bit of TypeScript in there and see if it works. At this point, like once it runs the TS file, that's probably, I would say, we're 90% of the way there. Okay, so let's go back over here. So relaunch this. And then while we're waiting, I'm going to check see if these files in fact got copied over to my, yep. So I have one folder that I can reliably write files to. Now it's got me all paranoid. Like, is it upset? Like, did the OS just get confused when because what I'll do is once it's on the flash drive, I'll delete from the original, right? Because my hard drive fills up so fast. I only have like a 500 gig hard drive, so it fills up really fast, and so I'll delete them, because I don't want to run out of space, and then when I'm wondering if that is somehow sending a signal to delete off of the recyclable bin, recycle bin. Yes. Like my hard drive right now has this PC. Yeah, like I have, wow, no, I only have like a 250 gig hard drive and I've only got 51 gigs free. And each one of these videos is like a gig. So it doesn't take long to fill up the hard drive. All right, so far so good. There's probably like another, like, I think there was something that says, hey, look in here and find all JS files now that I think about it. And I think there might, oh no, okay, so I found it. 21 days ago. Gosh. I mean, that's only 3 sessions, right? Because I do one session for this every week. Okay, so basically some TypeScript would be like const a string equals, it looks like it was, let's see, location. So that is definitely TypeScript. And it is still passing. Let's tell it to rerun. I think we're good. All right, so mission accomplished. I guess I should commit this and merge it. Just sort of make sure everything makes sense. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I never look at the package lock. So this is my Cypress package. I added Cypress or TypeScript. I added a comma in TypeScript 5.5. Have a new TS config one. I renamed all my files, so that is done. I think this is going to be, I don't even know what, let's see, this is my say hello. I'm all screwed up because my files didn't save. So in save hello, I have, this is number 5 video. I believe it's 5.0.0.5 issue 6. Uh, adds TS to Cypress. I think that's good enough. And we're going to push that, get push. And then let's go ahead and go to this guy here. If I go in here, I can, so I know in code it'll show me like my branch. It'll be like, hey, you just updated this branch. You want to create a pull request? And the answer to that is yes. Now we'll look at our files. There they are. Create our, assign it to myself. Create it. Merge it. Confirm the merge. Delete the branch. Go back to my issues. Deployment. Oh yeah. So this is, I'm very stuck on this on my other one. Because yeah, so I think in the other one, so this one's gonna be very route intensive. Like that's how you're gonna know what language you're saying. Like it'll know what language and what everything based on the route. So routing is kind of tricky when you deploy to a place that you are not on the route. And so I definitely want to get that all working now. And my other project that I will work on tomorrow, which is the flashcard project, I'm already sort of in the middle of this. So we'll see tomorrow where we're at on that. But I definitely want to assign this to myself, and then I want to create a branch, and I want to check it out locally. So I want to copy this, Control V, and so yeah, so next week I'll know that I'm trying to set up my DreamHost hosting and deployment. I also need to create a new issue, and the new issue, let's reload. I should only have one issue now. Yeah, the new issue is to set up GitHub IO deployment. Again, it's the same issue where it's like gonna have to, it's not gonna be on the root. So at DreamHost, I could set up a URL and set it up on the root and all that, but this with the GitHub IO deployment, I can't. So, so create this thing. And that'll be the next thing I work on over there. It's gonna be nice when we get to code, but yeah, we can't code yet. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.